All right, I'm back. All right, so in this episode, we are going to work on what I'm calling the shifter part of the floor. So we're going to cut out a piece of wood. We're going to match pieces of metal to the side that match up with the floorboard, so we can laminate that and weld in the sheet metal on top. Then we're going to cut a hole in the center of that wood and drop a new shifter boot over the top of it. And then see if we can get the pineapple grenade shifter handle installed. All right, so let's get to work. As you can see, this is what we were working with. Not exactly glamorous, but let's see if we can make this image look a whole lot sexier. I think we're gonna be able to do it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just measure our width here. Make sure we do our measurements right today, huh? Did them wrong the last time. So 8 3/4 of an inch. Let's get that cut out and then we'll do our measurements here. So this piece of wood can just slide right over. And then while I'm at it, I'm gonna cut the metal for here, here, here on the other side of this piece of wood. And then I'm gonna clean up and cut the metal on these. So that piece will go in there. And this piece will be for the front. So that'll go there. And then we'll marry up the wood here. And then we're gonna have to cut a piece here that I might have to weld on and then do another piece to actually attach to the wood to slide in. This edge just isn't clean. So we're gonna grind this back real quick. And then we'll cut a piece to the width and we'll tack that in real quick. So we'll have to move the template for the gauge cluster out of the way, and then we'll get to grinding on it. Let's go like this. So we'll mark that, and we'll mark that. So there's our cut lines. All right, that's tacked in, pretty ugly, gross. I'm rushing, I need to slow down here. Yeah, that's my excuse. So, you know, the boot will cover all this. So once you pull the boot off, you'll have access to this, and I can pull that off, and it won't matter. So what I'm gonna do is just make this piece permanent. So what I did was I drilled a couple of holes, and I'm gonna just do a couple of screws to hold this in place. And grab it right here. So then the side, I drilled the holes, countersunk them. So this will tack into place here, and will attach to the wood, and then that's where the line will be, where it'll remove. So it'll be a little tiny gap in that spot there, because I'm going to need that little bit of play, which will be fine. So with the seat and everything there, I don't think you're really going to notice that spacer is there. I'm going to cut these right to the edge of this metal, doing good welds and smooth everything. I think it'll be easier when installing and uninstalling the seat too when it's done and painted. So. It's tough towards the end of that cut. I couldn't see. Glasses is fogging. All right, so I'm gonna cut the other side, and then we'll start getting these side strips on. All right, so I got the side pieces in on both sides. The piece of wood is attached to the frame. I just cut a straight angle down on these to follow this line. So what I want to do right now is I want to make as close to exact template as I can here of the shifter part, so I know, you know, how to cut the sheet metal. So I'm going to work on now. Pretty much got it. There it is. We're going to, you know, I just did some tape on the inside just to really hit exactly where I need the line to be. So we'll pull that off, and we'll go transfer this onto the sheet metal and cut it out. All right, on to the next. Here it is. Okay, pretty good fit. Just had to refine it a little. I went a little too far here, but I should still be able to get some welds. And I'm not going for a full bead all the way around. Just want to kind of hold it in place. Here's the shifter boot. The only thing I'm worried about is it is really close, because you can see this boot, it's like advanced to the front, and then I tried spinning it this way, then it's too close to the back, but I still think it'll work. The only thing I'm not in love with is it's, you know, it's got a square open into the round hole. But you can see how it just wants to land a little short of that line, but all it is a matter of pushing it up that far. This piece will come right over. And then once you bolt it in, like, I really don't think that's going to be like a big whoop to do, huh? So here we go. So let's get this tacked in. I'm gonna let that cool just a little and clean this up a bit. A little bit of slag on here from the welds, and then we'll start mapping out where we're gonna drill the holes for the boot. So we're gonna mark these. 4. Okay. So let's pull the tape. Pull that up. There we go. Trying to pull this off to line up the rubber on there. What? I am super happy with that. I can't even tell you how happy I am with how that. You know, every year my wife and I would go to Salem, Mass, and out there they have a place called Army Barracks, right? So I was like, that'd be badass as a shifter knob. It didn't fit over here, so I wasn't sure on how I was gonna fit it. So what I did was I took the drill, I just bored this hole out a bit bigger, so it slides on all the way. Okay. And then my idea is when you unscrew that, right, you can see that it screws into. What I want to do is grind that down so this piece will slide into the interior of the shifter stick, right? And then the thought is drill a little hole, put a small screw through it or something with a cotter pin, and then, you know, slide that on. Put that cap on, bring that up, screw it into place, and then bing, bang, boom, you got a brand new shifter knob that's a pineapple grenade. All right, so let's see if we can make it work. So that might work. Maybe take a little tiny bit off. I'm gonna get a file and just kind of do that by hand up near the top, because I don't want to hit the threads with the grinder because I can't get up that far. All right, so I went to go sand this off, right? And I don't know if you can see that I kind of crushed it. It's started like moving, right? So I was able to pull this, it was like a sleeve on the outside of that, and boom. I am super happy with how far in that is. So we're gonna call that a winner. I haven't tried this yet, so let's see. Obviously we'll drill our hole, and then I'll just do a simple cotter pin so this can't pull back out. All right, so like that. Yep, right away. There. And she'll screw right in. Oh yeah. Bam. And once that's in with the cotter pin, it ain't going nowhere. Here we go. All right. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Shifter done. Pineapple grenade knob done. Next up, gauge cluster on the next episode. We're just going to keep moving forward, alright? So keep creating, people. Remember, it might not be perfect, but it's good enough for me. Make sure it's good enough for you. And I'll catch you next time, alright? Bye!